Well, we found some time to steal away, and we came back down to the Wildcat Hollow.
We're back at it again.
Welcome to SB Outdoors. Surprisingly not crowded here. Usually this place is very crowded. And it's Friday night at like 6, so we're going to hike in a couple miles and find a campsite.
So, if you're coming to Wildcat Hollow, you gotta know that you cannot drink the water right now, and I think forever.
And there's really no water. I mean, you don't really cross water anyway. So we always, because it's an overnight loop, we always hike it in, and that sucks.
This area was mined, and apparently all the water sources have an abundance of heavy metals. So I've got 4 liters of water on me.
Yeah.
Overnight.
And I read that heavy metals thing like years ago, and I tried to confirm that before we came out this time, and I couldn't find anything that confirmed it.
But we're gonna play it.
The other thing is you don't really come across. There's like one stream you come across at the very beginning. So we generally just hike our water in just because it's an overnight. So we each have about between 3 and 4 liters apiece because it is in the 80s. But yeah, the one negative is generally people who come to this trail hike in their water, which does suck, but whatever. It's worth it. It is what it is. Yeah, so this is there's a day loop here. This is where it shoots you back out if you take that. So no, we're going main loop. Main loop is 16, the day loop I think is 6. And it's actually fairly well marked with white blazes. There's one right there. But the first little bit, you go through this hollow, and then it opens up into a pine forest. The Wildcat has a special place because this was the first place in Ohio I backpacked in like 2011, and it's changed a lot since then. Ooh, it's wet. Now they have like signage off of the highway. There's a lot more people here, and they've marked the trail better. So yeah, look at this. It's like Dolly Sods. So we got here. It's a little under 2 miles in, and we're gonna stop here because you could hear that. There's a little bit of thunder, but hopefully you guys can see that light's really low. But yeah, it's a good spot. Some hammock trees, so we're gonna get set up and get going. All right. Well, 3 guys in a tarp. Looks great. Yeah, just waiting for this to pass over. It's only 7, so we still should have some daylight left, but we got the porch going. Yeah. Well, that's what we're dealing with. So, quick band of storms. It's actually not too bad. It's way worse to the north of us. So yeah, we'll wait it out. It's starting to slow down a little bit too. So, luckily we got a porch up. All's good. Hey-o! Oh yeah. All right, rain cleared up. We got the hammocks up. Dual porch mode. So we were in like red on the radar for like 20 or 30 minutes. So we just lashed up Andy's tarp, sat underneath there and waited it out. It's fine now. One of the pros of having a tarp is you can just get up between the trees. We just sat underneath there and waited it out, and now we're getting camp going. So wood's not too bad. We'll probably have a nice fire, but yeah. Overall, first time being out in like a thunderstorm with these tarps, so they worked really well. So the first course is cornbread in the dry baking setup. Got a full simmer there. Looks pretty good. It's cooling. It smells delicious. Also, if you want to know how to do this, check out our dry baking video right up there. And there's the finished product. Oh man, that's perfect. We'll get the ceremonial Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Perfectly done. Trying to get my light. There we go. Perfectly done. Look at that. Still sounds like it's raining. But because of this canopy, we're not getting anything. The bugs are out. This is my first hike where there's ambient insect noise. First hike of the season where we have that. I might not need earplugs. Although we got Sam snoring in close vicinity. Sharing a little cornbread with the neighbors. Look at that. Dinner's served. This is a delicacy for them.
Alright, good morning. It's 7:45. We slept in. Rained on and off all night, but it looks like it's held off right now. And yeah, we're gonna get up, get some coffee going. One thing that was weird, about 1:30 in the morning, some people were night hiking in trying to find their group, and they stumbled into our camp in the middle of the night. Woke us all up, thinking that we were their buddies' camp, but then they moved on. But yeah, so let's get up, get some breakfast going. Little view of the camp this morning. And look at that dirty ground dweller.
Look, he doesn't have a tarp to put his chair under. So
Yeah,
it's dry.
it's got a soaking wet chair, whereas my chair is perfectly dry.
So we've got a breakfast skillet here, and a breakfast skillet there, and then what is that?
So this is an experiment I'm going to do. I had a bunch of dehydrated ingredients lying around that I needed to use, so I want to try to make like a sweet, like savory ramen. So this is actually like a chicken stew that's dehydrated in here, and then ramen noodles. So we're gonna rehydrate this and see what happens. The chicken stew, I think it's got chicken, lots of seasoning, spices, mushrooms, onions, peas. So it's supposed to be pretty hearty, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. This could fail miserably.
It's definitely a breakfast item.
Yeah, definitely
Chicken
made
stew
for
with
breakfast.
ramen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a breakfast item. So
The barbecue, you said?
it's not barbecue. I think I did say that, but I was wrong. Yeah, it's not barbecue.
Right, we're gonna
It's supposed to
check.
be like a savory ramen.
We're gonna check back in when this experiment's done.
We'll see if it fails or goes well. All right, so it's looking a lot better. This is that ramen chicken stew. Way too much ramen, so that's a full packet of ramen.
It does look good though.
It looks good. So I think it can take like half amount of ramen, and then maybe rehydrate the stew mix first. But as you can see, the consistency in the bottom always hot. It's gonna be good. So yeah.
All right. There's two loops here. There's an overnight loop that's like 16 miles, and there's a day hiking loop that's like 6 or 7 miles. So we're doing the day hiking loop because we've done the overnight loop like 4 or 5 times. So we only have about 4 miles to go, I think, 4 or 5. So we're taking our time. As you can see, we've got breakfast skillet, we've got 2 rounds of coffee, we've got some sort of ramen stew concoction, and
Got some oatmeal, I think.
we got some oatmeal.
Oh,
I
and
forgot
we
about the
got
oatmeal, and we're going to dry bake
blueberry
some
muffins.
muffins. So it's basically like a 5-course brunch out here. So the final dessert course, Betty Crocker blueberry muffin in the dry baking. So we dry baked some cornbread last night and a muffin this morning. Pretty successful. Maybe a little burned on the outside, but it should be fine. And we're going to pack up and get out of here. We've taken our time. We got up at like 8. And we just ate and drank coffee and ate and drank coffee and ate and drank more coffee. So it's time to get out of here. So this is where we were trying to get to last night. This is like 2.5 miles in, but because of the thunderstorm we had to stop. We got a pretty good spot, but as you can see, this one This is a great spot. Although the the tree options here, they're still good, but they probably weren't as good as where we were last night. So this is 2.5 miles in on the day loop. So this is our target, but rain forced us to stop a little early. So here's the cutoff where you do the overnight or you do the shorter one. And we're going shorter today. We've done the overnight, I think 4 or 5 times now. So we're gonna do this shorter loop and see what it's got in store. All right, so we're out. That whole loop ended up being about just under 6 miles, so it's pretty short. But it's a good little overnight, so tons of campsites, way more than like Vesuvius or even Zaleski. And then check this out. Let's see just how many people are here on Saturday. Oh my good Lord. This is the most full I've ever seen this parking lot. There's what, 20 cars? Yeah. There's some good car camping spots here too. Look at all that. Tons of people. So get here early so you get the good spot. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
See you on the next
Until next time.